everybody. We're going to play something a little different today. We're going to do Division 2, a game I come back to periodically and check out some stuff. Normally I would just play my regular character on here, but we'll start from the beginning for those of you who haven't seen the game or haven't really tried the game yet. So we're just going to kind of go into that. So our beginning, you start off, you make your character. So we're going to just kind of randomize a little bit. Not too much, but we'll just kind of see what we get here. There's a funky one. We'll try that. Alrighty. So, I won't mess with any of this stuff. Not too worried about it. So, we're just going to go on and confirm our character. And I will be using a controller for this. It just seems like it works a little bit better for me than mouse and keyboard. If mouse and keyboard are your thing, hey, go for it. I just seem like I have a little bit better control with a controller. Alright, so here we go. Going out into the world. So, basically,
priority mission highlighted. Proceed to the marker.
They're going to give us a backstory of the first game.
Over here!
Once we get into
Agent!
this.
Meet me at the gate.
So basically, there was like this epidemic or pandemic going on in the first game in the city, and
Agent,
caused
follow me.
People dying.
I need backup.
Not as extreme as COVID was, but it had an eerie, similar feel. If you
Jump over it.
Sorry.
Hostile threat detected. Stay cover.
Gunner protected.
So,
Something behind that barrier.
Keep coming. Hold the line. Watch your flank.
Switch my other weapons. Okay, so get into the action, get into the nitty gritty. So you have some cover mechanics. Ran out of bullets. So you do have some cover mechanics.
Bad way here.
Agent, we have to get down there to help him.
I know.
Okay.
Cutscene here.
Got it. Someone check the perimeter.
See to those barricades and have someone radio the patrols to be on the lookout for stragglers. Some of those bastards got away. I didn't expect another attack so soon. You okay? If this keeps up, we're gonna have to relocate. Come on, help me with this. We're stretched too thin to protect everyone here. Not again.
Get to the waterfront.
That can't be right. This is a distress code. The coordinates for Washington, D.C. How is this possible?
Get down! Everybody get down! Someone has to stay. We can't just leave these people here. Whatever happened, it needs to be fixed or it's all over. You go! I'll do what I can here. Go!
Okay, so here's kind of
We took things for granted.
a story.
We expected coffee in the morning. We expected free Wi-Fi. When those were taken from us, we survived. When communications broke down, the trains stopped and the internet went dark, we survived.
But when the pharmacies were looted and hospitals shut down, asthma became lethal. And with no police to protect you, did you own a gun?
Did your neighbor?
Some survived.
We are a resilient species. When our society collapsed, we found ways to go on. And now, for the first time in centuries, what we want is also truly what we need. In the face of disaster, we helped each other.
We built new communities in the ruins of the old. We adapted. We survived. Established a new normal. But there are also those who build nothing. Create nothing.
Hyenas preying on the weak. They've made our world bleed. But we don't stand alone. A brave few have sworn to protect us and save what remains. They unite us.
Remind us that we are one people. They are our shield and our light. But if that light goes out,
Who can save us then?
It's been 7 months since the outbreak. We still live in fear of the virus, the green poison. The real danger is out there, waiting.
Alrighty. So yeah. Basically, New York, they said 7 months. So, in New York, this person created this flu epidemic called the dollar flu because he put it on the money. And it was during Black Friday, when it was the busiest shopping day of the year. And so what happened was is people would touch the money, it kind of spread through contact that way. People started getting sick. They didn't know a cure for it. A lot of people were dying. And eventually society started breaking down because hospitals were getting overwhelmed with people. It was just basically, it almost reminded us of the COVID situation a few years ago. So it's kind of doing that situation, and so the government had a special force, or whatever you'd want to dictate it as, is basically, it's like these agents. They were like policemen, firemen, just different people throughout the country that would come together and act as the last kind of final
Incoming alert on the SHD
force,
emergency channel. Flash priority.
to defend
The base of
against
operations
people
is
who wanna
under
do bad
attack.
things.
Hostile forces have breached our southern perimeter. We are in need of immediate assistance. Repeat, need immediate assistance from any nearby agents.
So, like here, here, for instance, we got looks like a division guy, but he's dead. And you can kind of search around for things, like you'll start to see this glow. So that's like something you could search. Press X to reload, sorry. But our main objective is to go that way, so we don't really want to wander too far off. But sometimes I'll come around here and just kind of like check the area. You can always pick up stuff. It's not like you can't come back here. They did a pretty good job with this open world. The first Division game took place like in New York City itself, and while it was kind of open and everything, it still felt a little confined. Where this feels like you're a little bit more like go exploring situation. But it doesn't mean that you can go every single place. Looks like we got some explosions going up there. But I like the overall feel of this game. The first one was good too, don't get me wrong. But it's like this one just feels a little bit more like, hey. Because I think it was also like when you're in the first division, you're it's kind of right around Christmas time or whatnot, because it's all cold and wintry and snow. Over here it isn't. Another thing you can do is kind of move your cursor over these guys, and it'll at least kind of mark them. So now I can see that they're there, and we can just slowly start moving up before they see us. Looks like they're beating up on somebody. So, and then in the upper left over here is kind of like our mini map, if you want to call it that. It doesn't really show terrain and things, but it will show like enemies. It's got a little compass on it, so it shows our north direction. And then obviously off to the right of it, it shows what our objective is. So, doesn't look like they dropped anything for us, but we do have a little loot right here. So we got some knee pads. Alright, so right here will tell us if we want to look at, check your inventory. So we're going to go to our inventory here, and down here it's highlighting. So this is what we have on, and that's actually a little bit worse. So you can see like we have 247 armor, but here it drops to 245 armor. So they're not quite as good as what we have on, so no point in equipping them. So dismiss that message so it stays out of my face. So looks like we got another little thing over here. Now these specific ones are restocks, so they'll refill your ammo. There's also some that'll help fill your grenades up. So you just kind of keep an eye out. And then this is more of a resource. And then down there in the bottom left says 25 food. So you'll collect food, water, scrap pieces of metal or whatnot throughout the world.
All government personnel, the White House is under attack. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Our job is to make sure nobody comes up from behind.
So they kind of know I'm here.
Just keep your goddamn eyes open.
So I'm just gonna slowly move up. Get in a good position. And this is another thing is like not so much like it's not stealthy game. So it's not like, oh, if you're in the shadows you're harder to see, but it does make you like they won't see you as much. So we can kind of go over here and come up through the shadows if we like. Probably want to take this guy out. Take that guy out so he doesn't get on us. And I don't set the tone of the game, so if there's some cussing in here, it's not because of me.
I've got eyes on a division agent heading north toward the White House. Looks like they've cut down a group of hyenas and are headed this way.
Agent, if you can hear us on this frequency, keep pushing forward and blindside these bastards.
tells us that there's some loot on the ground. So reload while we're moving up. So you will have different colored items as well. So go ahead and loot that. And then I don't think there's anything immediately around here. There might be something on the other side of this fire truck. So if we kind of stay out of the light, it won't make us as visible. But as I say, it's not a stealth game, so we're not sneaky kind of situation. Kind of see that green stuff floating over there. I don't remember if it affects us. I don't think it does. It's not like poison. Something that I think could affect us. So we're going to go. So we can climb up here. So if you see these yellow tarp things, usually that's an indicator that you can climb up on some areas. So that's what it is over here. If you get it where it highlights red, like that, you're probably going to do some damage. There we go. Just force them to cover. Surprise, surprise! Nobody's dropping any loot. Oh, hold up. There we go. I think we cleared the area. Well, somebody dropped something, but probably not very good equipment yet, but that's okay. We're at the beginning. Okay. Oh, some ammo. There we go. Alright, so now we're approaching the White House. Fire up for me. Thank you, sir. Alright, here we go. We're at the White House. So this will be our main base of operations. But throughout the city there will be little settlements that we can help take over, and then we'll have little fast travel points and then things like that. Okay, so let's get in here. Alright, so meet with the division
Hey,
person
thanks for the help out
upstairs.
there. You should check in with Manny, our coordinator, upstairs in the blue room. And come by here if you ever need help with your tech.
Let's check out these other ones and see if they're better. Nope. Nothing better than what we got. So, go in here now. It says I have items in my mailbox. Visit my stash. So, up here, what do we got? Got a grant. Oh, here we go. So, we get our Ruthless. So, we've got this Ruthless. It's an exotic rifle. So, it's kind of like a... I guess you want to call it semi-automatic. It's more I don't know exactly how to describe it, but basically it's when you pull the trigger it shoots. It's not gonna, even if I hold the trigger down, it's not gonna keep firing. So up there you'll see like it has the 2 bullet symbol. So that's like a regular rifle. Then you'll have an assault rifle, which is the one that'll have like fully automatic, or I believe you can switch them to semi, because there's a way to switch how you shoot with the rifles and things. So it looks like we got this, so we'll go ahead and we'll take it. So like in our inventory, for instance, so here's our weapons. So this one, it's got the 3 bullets. So it's an assault rifle, so it does the fully auto, but we can switch it to semi. Whereas this is just going to be our 1 shot. And why can't I equip? Oh, because I'm in this particular thing. That's right, I have to get out of that. So we'll go in here, we'll equip it. And why can't I equip it? What's preventing me from equipping it? That doesn't make any sense. I don't see anything telling me I can't equip it. That's strange. Anyway, and here's where you can do like go into apparel and you can kind of customize your look a little bit if you like transmoggins, if you want to call it that. And we'll mess with all that later. And then we've got our progression system, so it's telling us like what we need to do. And then we have collectibles up here, so if we find any, like here's some combat intel, things like that. Okay, anywho. Oh, now it's telling me something. Oh, it's telling me about the expertise things. This is something that they added as well. But we have to like do, okay, tinkering. Obviously. Can I get to the dude? So we'll go up here, we'll talk to this person in here.
This is you. Welcome to DC. I'm Manny. I run comms. I'm guessing the division alert brought you here? Damn glad to see you. Let me show you exactly how screwed we are. Ever since the JTF imploded, the city's become a playground for murderous fuckheads. There are several main factions, and a whole lot of bottom feeders sucking up whatever the big dogs miss. A few civilian settlements are still holding out against all this villainy. They need more help than we've been able to provide, especially since the Division network went dark. That's Kelso. She's one of the last surviving agents in DC. She's operating out of the theater settlement on a priority mission. You should go check in with her. If anyone knows how to get these systems back online, it's her. Oh, and introduce yourself to the locals while you're at it. It'll comfort them to know there's a new sheriff in town.
New sheriff in town. And I'm going to
By the way,
clean up the streets.
head downstairs and check in with the quartermaster. He can get you set up with some division tech. You're gonna need the edge.
Yeah, that descent thing, I tried it a while back. It's not bad, but I would definitely say make sure you've got some teammates with you, because it does get a little scary. Hey, I'm supposed to talk to you.
Up for learning a new skill?
Yep. Okay, so this is where we're going to kind of get our little things that we can use in combat. They all obviously have different abilities, if you want to call them that. So, like our pulse, we can look at the details. So we can do a scanner pulse, which will it'll show us over here. We scan it, it'll tag everybody in the area, and then that way we can see where they're at. We have a pulse variant, which kind of just does the same thing, but just kind of pulses around. And then we also have our jammer, which the jammer will cause that to happen. And they'll kind of stun them a little bit, confuse them, and then you're able to get some shots off. Our turret, obviously pretty self-explanatory. We just choose what type of turret we want. Throw it out there, it kind of like tracks the enemies. It'll auto kill, or you can even move, like as you aim around, you can choose which target you want as well. Otherwise, it'll just auto target the nearest enemy. So we have the assault turret, we have the incinerator turret, which does flame. Not big on this one too much because it only does it in a certain area. So if they're moving around, they'll get out of the way. So it's like, it's fine if it works in a confined area, like if you're in a hallway or something like that, but in an open area. So it's just showing you what it's going to do, but most of the time the guys start running. And then we have a sniper one, which we can use to pinpoint certain ones if we want, and then take them out. So we can kind of do that. Obviously, most of the time I usually just pick the regular assault turret. And then we have a hive, which this one has 4 abilities on it. So we've got our Restorer Hive, which is like a healer. We've got our Stinger Hive, which will lay on the ground, and then if people approach the area, it'll start doing that. So it'll have like a certain meter on it, and eventually it'll run out. And then we have the Reviver Hive, so if somebody's down, you can shoot this out there and revive somebody without really getting into harm's way. And then we have the Booster Hive. Obviously, it says it'll increase their combat efficiency. So, you know, if these are good for team-oriented things. This one, obviously, if you're by yourself, you can use it. But the other ones seem to do more for like if you're on a team. And we have the Chem Launcher, which is like a little gun that can shoot. So obviously, repairs armor. This one shoots a cloud of gas, and then when you shoot it, it'll explode into flames. The Riot Foam kind of like pins them in place. And then we also have the Oxidizer, which kind of like breaks their armor a little bit, and then causes damage over time. And then we have our Firefly, which is like a little a drone per se, but it's not really a drone that sticks with you. You kind of see how they are tagging the enemies. It'll do its little whatever that it's doing. So this one's like a blinder effect. This one's a burster effect. So it can cause explosions. And then this one's kind of a demolisher, which damages or destroys enemy weak points, skill proxies, and environmental explosives. Seeker Mine, I always like the Seeker Mine too, especially the, well, anyway. So this is an explosive Seeker Mine, so you throw it, boom, blows up. This one is an air burst, so you throw it, same idea, except it blows up in the air, so it's a little more AoE. And then this one's a cluster, so it'll like boom, boom, boom. It'll send out individual ones, but it will hit multiple targets. I like that one too a lot for clearing out areas. And then we have our drone. First one's obviously one it's just a flying version of the turret. And then you have the defender one, which deflects bullets, so it's kind of a shield. Bombardier, obviously. This one you have to kind of like draw a trace line kind of situation, and it'll kind of like just bomb that area. And then we have the Fixer, which will like repair your armor and things. So that one's also good to have. You could use it just even if you're alone, so it'll kind of just keep you healed while you're in there doing things. So you can have different little builds on these, and then obviously you got the shield. So we got the Bulwark Shield. Provides near full body coverage, but its bulk means that it's only sidearms can be used. So it's like you're not going to be able to use your rifles and stuff. This one, the Crusader Shield, you can use your light, it says primary weapon excludes light machine guns and marksman rifles. So no sniping, no light machine guns, but other than that, not too bad. And then we have the Deflector Shield, obviously deflecting a lot of stuff means you can stand a little bit more damage. So to start us off, I think we're going to go with our old usual assault turret. So we're going to go ahead and just get the old assault turret. Okay, and then equip now. So you're going to have 2 slots you can have, and then just using the using the using the controller, I can put it in whichever one I feel more comfortable in. Doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and assign that. Now, say we want to later on want to unlock these other ones. Well, then we need these shade points to be able to unlock it. So it requires 5 to unlock the shade tech points. Sorry. So now that we've got that,
take care. Your settlement is off to the east. You probably run into some trouble along the way. You'll have to do this block by block, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
So basically our first mission. So we're going to press that to open the mini-map. So here's kind of like what your map is. So you've got strongholds, you got your settlements, and then the expansion. If we want to go back to New York City, in a way, you do this thing called the Warlords of New York, and it gives you a little bit different items. Most of the time, if you, at the beginning of the game, you can choose to whether you want to start this or start the expansion. If you start the expansion, you'll start at level 30, and you'll kind of be geared up for that kind of stuff. So, depending on what you want to do. Alrighty, so we can move around, set our waypoint. So now it'll give us a little line GPS situation. We can choose how heavy or light we want it to be. Okay, so that's our main objective here. So now you can kind of see like the little line showing us which way to go.
Agent,
now,
we've just received a distress call from New York. There's been an attack on the division, and they requested immediate support. Meet me on the White House South Lawn. There's a helicopter prepped for us. We need to leave now.
People, this is where you go. You can go up and like, hey, dude, you want to play together? You can kind of see their level ratings on them. Obviously, we're just little tadpoles in this big old pond of heavies. So.
The neighborhoods you'll be moving through are hyena territory.
Mess with us too much.
They're a bunch of vicious assholes who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks. And they destroy whatever they can't steal for themselves. They've been an especially serious problem for the theater settlement. Given our situation, we need the help of the settlements. But they can't do much if they're struggling to survive. So see what you can do to take some pressure off them. But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the division has been the only thing holding people together. But with DC as the priority, most agents are completely cut off. They're not going to last long without support.
Like, honestly, I don't know why I can't use this weapon. You're not limited by that at all. Like, there's nothing that's highlighting saying, oh, I can't use this. That's kind of upsetting. Because I really wanted to show off what that weapon can do. So there's really no point in having it then. Okay, see how them little eyes pop up? That means they're aware that I'm around. But if I, like here it's telling you detection. So as long as I stay hidden behind this stuff, you ain't gonna see me. Kind of get some things going here. Make them aware that the sheriff's in town. Yeah, terrible shot. Do is go ahead and get my assault turret out, and he'll start helping me. another cool feature is you can actually go up and pick this up, and it will reduce the cooldown on it. Oh, we got a green item over here. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh. Looks like we got a little bit better weapon there. Alrighty. Can I equip this one? There we go. So, you got a green version. There we go. So, kind of in the beginning, I always suggest try to grab as much as you can. Doesn't hurt per se. I mean, you do have kind of a limited inventory on certain things, but in the beginning, it's not too terrible. It's kind of foggy out. Yeah, see, like for instance, here's a yellow tarp, which means we could climb over this and get up in here if we wanted. We could do some exploring. I don't remember much being up in here, but there's a couple things. So here we got some polycarbonate and carbon fiber. Those are
portable device detected.
Oh, now we got a portable device, so you know, it shows up on our little mini map. So these are just collectibles that you can get.
Okay, people, let's keep this ball rolling. Ramon,
so
what have you got?
We've got the Iowa delegation on board if they get the amendment about biofuels.
How many are left in the Iowa delegation?
4. The rest are all sick.
Well, let's hope those 4 stay healthy. Who else can we count on? Hey, just got this. The junior senator from Nebraska just sent her staff home for the duration. Damn it, we were counting on her support once we got through the house.
You have to wonder if it's worth it.
What is? This?
Yeah.
And this has got one of them
Really
nice little features too, that like,
doing something else.
Whatever you equip
you mean
is
instead
what
of trying to push
person
through an energy
start
bill with the
wearing.
world
So
falling
it's
to
kind of
pieces?
cool. I always like that in video
Yeah.
games where
Look, sooner or later this is
you're out
going to
there and
pass.
you're collecting
And when
this
it does, all the problems we're dealing with now,
and so it
they'll
changes
still be
the look
there.
of your character.
So it makes sense for us to keep trying to deal with them because someone has to.
And because we're at the bottom of the pay scale.
So
that too.
Best thing to use on these little locks is just use your pistol, because you have infinite ammo technically on your pistol. I mean, you do have to reload it, but you never have to like make sure to get never have to make sure that you have to find ammo for it. Oh, here we go. Here's a weapons case. Ooh. Yeah. And then you'll every so often you'll find these little things, these little locked boxes, and you need certain group keys or faction keys to unlock them. So that's a hyena box, which means we need to find a hyena key. We obviously don't have to go that way. It's just another way to get down in here. And another thing I noticed with this game is they do a lot of like, there'll be some hidden areas where you're like, oh, I wonder what's this way. And sometimes you'll find a little hidden door or a hidden alleyway or something that'll take you into a little area, and there'll be some good goodies down there. As you can see, we've got some guys up here. I only see the one. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, there they are. Okay. What I'll do is I'll throw my salt turret up on top of this van. And then once the red ring disappears, it's all clear. So, slide off there. So as it's telling us, we can dismantle it. So anything that's like deployable like that, obviously, like some of them won't do it. So it's not. I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, it does it every time. And we got a mask. Let's see what we got on our mask. There we go. So even though we're not wearing the mask right now, there are contaminated areas, and then once you go into them, you'll auto-equip your mask, so you don't have to worry about like having to stop and put it on every time. I like the shotgun, but let's try out this thing here. Yeah, that is also an assault rifle. Nah, we won't do that. I like to usually have different variants of weapons. You know, if you just have assault rifle, what does that really do? Doesn't do anything. Okay, so here, now you can see that kind of goes down into a little parking garage, so we could go check this out. And you never know what you'll find down here. Oh, there's something up there. Oh, yeah, here we go. See, it's always good to just kind of like look around. So that's why I'm like, how I play video games is not how some other people play video games, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I like to do a little bit more exploring as I'm going around, rather than just hurrying up and getting to the objective, because you never know what you find. Yeah. Like, we could go out that way if we want. So that's not like we have to go that way. Here we go. We found another little hidden, little locked away secret. Found another one of them. Okay. Not that I wanted that or needed it.
Portable electronic device detected.
Portable device.
I see you hanging out with Peter a lot these days.
Open them doors,
so
but
what?
You can't, so
he's bad news.
kind of the game
Bad
developer's
news?
way of
God, do you have to be so old
keeping you
school?
where you
It's
need to go,
embarrassing.
but it would be kind of cool if they had like all
sneaking out at
different
night. So what if we
hidden
are?
things.
You can't lock me in here. I just want you to appreciate the risk you're taking. Well, I got some bad news for you, Mom. It's the fucking apocalypse, okay? Being alive is a risk. We're just trying to have some fun in this hellhole. Those hyenas might seem like fun to you now, but they'll turn on you in a second if they can gain anything from it. Look, Peter knows them, okay? They won't hurt us.
Could go out that way if we
No,
wanted.
Ellie,
We don't need to.
don't do that. Don't trust them.
Now there's the
They
other
don't
thing.
care
It'd be
about
kinda cool
anything but
we can
themselves.
kind of see our shadow, but we can't see
Please remember
ourselves.
that. If nothing else.
Sometimes they do that in video games.
Okay,
where
Mom.
You're like, oh, it's a mirror, and you're not there, and you're like, oh, come on now. You should have been able to do that. All right, looks like we got different directions of enemies. So we got them that way. We can go down that alley. It doesn't really give you a range. So it's like they're letting you know that there's people there, but there's another one. Now, being that it's daylight, they're probably going to see me, but I'm far enough away to I can get over here without getting them all stirred up. So we could go down this alley here. I mean, you could fight them. There's nothing that says you can't fight them. So, yeah, it's okay. Alright, now here's another little thing. Not that. On the mini-map there, you can see like this little squared area with a metal can. That's like a resource area that you can find things. So like, it's like a food area. So, uh-oh, we got some buddies up here. Okay, I think we got all the food that's in the area. So if we wanted to fight them, we could. You know what? They're roaming. you say to me? I don't like your tone. Got a holster. So let's check our holster. And there we go. That's an upgrade in armors. So often where I'll just look side to side because I might see something.
Base match. Item of interest detected.
Got an item of interest. But oh, there it is. There we go. It's this crystal skull. So another collectible thing that we can go and do. Oh, here we go. So another thing I'll point out here, you see this little orange arrow. A lot of times these will lead to like safe houses. So you'll see there's another arrow there, and then there's a telling us here. So then when you see the circle like that, these are safe houses. So now these are little fast travel points. Once you get down in here, they'll unlock things for us. But here's the thing, I think I'm jumping the gun because I don't think we're supposed to go here just yet. But I showed it to you. So it's kind of one of those, you got to do the little tutorial stuff before you can... Oh, sorry doggy, didn't mean to scare you. I don't think we got better gloves. I didn't think so. Okay. So, anyway. So yeah, that's little things we'll find. It's these little safe houses. And we'll be able to use them as fast travel points as well. Like once we unlock them, they're unlocked. The settlements, eventually, later on, down the campaign and things, it starts to kind of do this thing where you have to defend them because they'll get raided, and you have to stop them from being taken over. If not, they'll be taken over, and then you got to go back and try to take them over again, and, which is like strongholds that way, but also the settlements will become like that too. So you can see they were getting ready to do some Christmas stuff at one point because I got the decorations up. Oh, got some buddies up here. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Okay. And then we'll put our buddy up here. I guess one of the things I noticed too is like, okay, there's gunfire going off, right? And it's like none of their buddies come to check on them. You know, like they just, oh well, they're fighting somebody. They don't really think about it, which is funny. It's just like here you are in the city. Like, listen, like, do you hear a lot of gunfire going off? No. So it's like, if you were standing around in an area and all of a sudden out of the blue some gunfire started going off, wouldn't you be like, hey, shouldn't we go check that out? Guess I was gonna say. Loot and scavenged. Could go up here. Yeah, let's go check this out real quick while we're here. Might be some goodies up here. Keep switching to my pistol. There we go. Weapons case. So we got, yeah. And you can always sell this stuff off. Get some money. Which seems funny, doesn't it? It's like, here, I mean, there's some stuff going down in the world, and yeah, but we need you to spend your money. It's like, what? Or just seems like a really weird kind of thing to do. Alright, so this one's got, see how it's got the nut and bolt kind of looking thing on it. Those will be the other parts I was talking about. So components, as they call them. So that's another little crafting materials we'll need. Okay. Looks like we're clear. Here's another little parking garage if we want to go exploring. Oh, now there you can hear some gunfire. So, not sure if they're down in here or not, but here's a little over here. Here's a room. Oh yeah, we got a locker in here. Not that those are important, but they just... Nothing there. Oh, looks like we got... Hey, hey. Guess we're trying to do that animation before the other animation. You get little bugs like that. Nothing game breaking. But it is a little weird how you skip over one thing to get to another thing. I had it do that where I'm standing facing one thing, but it'll jump to the other thing and have me try to... I'm like, wait a minute, I was trying to do this one, not that one. So, yeah, looks like we're getting ready. Alright, so the guys have... Greens are our buddies. Obviously, the other guys are not our buddies. And he's got cover, so I can't...
How'd they get there? Gonna get cut off! Clear shot! Oh God! They're dead!
Excellent.
Get them all? Alright.
We made it.
Let's finish up so we can get back to the settlement.
Yeah, so those are just some random dudes out here. It wasn't, this ain't even where we need to be, but you can always help people. Like
Portable device detected.
There we go. So you can always run into
Where's the prisoner?
people out here and
I got tired of them
help
moaning.
out.
So you let them go?
I mean, obviously,
No, I didn't let him
try
go.
to be the good guy.
Motherfucker, we were gonna trade them.
Oh well.
That's what you're gonna tell Diesel when he asks why you killed them?
I didn't kill him. The dogs did.
What dogs?
I don't know, some dogs. I didn't have their fucking names. Oh, but they must have been fucking hungry. Cause damn, once they sniffed blood, it was
Yeah,
chow
so
time.
here, we can open this
You
door,
stupid son of a bitch.
and there's
Well,
going to be
whatever.
some keys in here.
Diesel ain't gonna do shit except huff and puff a little.
You might be wondering why I'm leaving these.
Oh, Aaron Keener.
Perhaps it's a deep-seated need for confession. But then again, maybe not. I haven't done anything I'm not proud of, and I have no need to seek absolution from anyone, least of all you. Maybe I'm
So
bored.
this will take us around.
It's hard being one step ahead of everyone else, and this is my way of giving you a little bit of a helping hand to make things more challenging. Of course, that's the sort of thing made-up villains do. Nah, I'm perfectly happy to maximize my advantage.
This way, 'cause we want to
Or maybe I just want to get you spinning in circles. Now check for yourself. Are there subtle contradictions in what I've told you? Is it hard to figure out what I'm trying to tell you? Maybe that's the point. Then again, maybe it isn't.
And then you'll find like that one said stuffed animal. That's like a little thing you could trade in for money as well. Or if you ever find a person
Coming up in the theater
out in
settlement.
the world, sometimes
The woman who runs it is named Odessa Sawyer.
something strange like that.
Try to stay on her good
oh,
side.
it had this item, and you're like, how? Okay. And it's a random thing. You never know if you're gonna get it or not, but...
Electronic device detected.
Okay. Yeah, way up there, but yeah, we can't use our weapons in here, but a lot of times you can shoot those little things down out in the world, and they'll drop the rope down for you. So, another little, like, puzzle-ish kind of, like, thing going on. And that ain't me, that's the game doing this. So here we are at the theater settlement, and what you can do is you can upgrade these settlements, and they'll do things for you, or it'll unlock people.
Want it?
So like
I got it.
this person
Or
here,
I'll get it for you.
Buyer and seller. So we could buy these weapons for these credit things, or we can sell items that we definitely know we don't want or need. So but I'm going to hold on to them for a reason, because
Nice doing business with you.
there'll be a thing I'll show you here later on that you want to hold on to the gray items for this stuff. So there's all these people hanging out and whatnot. We're going to go talk to Odessa. She's like the leader of this settlement here.
If you're looking for Agent Kelso, she just left. I should have gone with her. But I'd only slow her down. I know you got your own problems to deal with. But them hyena motherfuckers took my little girl. Get to me. If you can help, I'll be on your debt. And I always pay my debts.
Yes, ma'am.
Portable electronic device detected.
So our new mission now is to go rescue her daughter. So if we highlight over this, it'll tell us what we need to do. So we're going to rendezvous with Agent Kelso to rescue Eleanor Sawyer. Tells you difficulty. We're on story mode. So once you've already completed a mission, you can go back and replay it. Sometimes it's for better rewards or to unlock something else, whatever it might be. So that's what we got.
Electronic device detected.
So, let's see. Yeah, so this is still kind of tutorial mode where it's telling us we need to go do that. So here's one of these little rope things, so you can deploy it, and then we'll be able to slide down here. So, being that we're getting close on time, I'm going to go ahead and probably stop her right here, and then the next one will pick up going into the Grand Washington Hotel. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. I know I enjoy it, and we'll talk to you later in the next one.